Yo, what is up, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And first and foremost, I hope everybody had a safe and wonderful holiday, and I hope you guys absolutely ate the hell out of whatever it is that you ate in terms of turkey and sides and all that kind of stuff, desserts, you name it. I hope you had a wonderful and safe time. And without further ado, let's get into the commentary because it's going to be a long one, and I want it to be a good one. So let's get into it. Now, 8 Thoughts pretty much nailed it right on the head when he basically said that it's not just Activision's fault, it's also Treyarch's fault, and he's absolutely right, because we sure as hell got a much better system in terms of the supply drop tier system, or whatever the hell you want to call it this time around. We got a much better system in World War II and in Infinite Warfare, and for a lot of people, both of those games, or one of the two games, were just absolutely awful. I wish I loved World War II because I would have enjoyed grinding the hell out of weapons. That's one of the things that I loved about Infinite Warfare, is the fact that you could grind for the weapon that you want. And there were so many different weapons, so many different flavors of weapons and kind of weapons that you could get. And it kept making you come back more and more. And then they had all sorts of different things that basically, Infinity War was basically, it was like them saying to their fans, it's like, or to the community, was like, hey, try our game out. We've got this going on, we've got this going on, we've got double XP, we've got double keys, we've got new weapons that you could absolutely grind for and get if you want. We got this, we got new game modes, we got all this shit going on. And yeah, so they did that, but you know, and one of the reasons obviously that they did that was because not many people were playing their game, and at the same time, Treyarch, on the other hand, is taking a different approach. It's like they know that people are going to play their game because they know that they're the most popular out of the 3 studios, right? So they're going to be like, hey, let's take it a step further and let's see how much we can take advantage of these people's pockets and create this supply drop system or whatnot. Because in Black Ops 3, it absolutely sucks, and in this one, it sucks. It's terrible. So it's like, and you know, and the thing is, like I said, 8 Thoughts was right, because the developers designed this shit. You think people are at Activision are designing the whole supply drop system or whatnot? All Activision wants is that they implement something that's going to create them more and more money as the game goes on past its release date. Because the sad fact right now is that Call of Duties don't last past, what, January, February or whatnot, and then it dies down for whatever reason. And there are a multitude of reasons why people stopped playing Call of Duty at that time. Back in its prime, people used to play Call of Duty all the way through. All the way through. And at least a vast majority of the people used to play Call of Duty all the way through. And now, for a multitude of reasons, one or another, and let me tell you something, the supply drop system, or whatever the hell you want to call it this time around, isn't helping. It's only adding fuel to the fire, to that fire right there, that basically pushes people away from the game. So the thing is that this is basically like a very terrible relationship that is just based off of sex, and then once one of the two parties have had enough, they basically say, okay, well, if you don't do this, well, I'm not going to do this for you. And it's like, it's just a bullshit gold digging relationship basically at this point. That's basically what it is. It's like you keep on treating them well. It's like, okay, you keep buying their game, right? You keep treating them well. It's like a woman. You keep treating her well. You're super nice to her. You keep on getting her gifts and all that kind of stuff. And yet at the same time, she's not satisfied with that. And she has the audacity to just keep on asking for more. And she keeps on draining your wallet. And then at the end, on top of that, she's like, well, you know what? Unless I don't get this, you know, I'm not even going to give you any ass anymore. You're not going to be getting that anymore. It's like, really? So it's like that's basically the relationship that we're in right now. I kid you not. Like Gold Digger 2.0 over here. So it's the sad truth. And for a multitude of reasons, whether it's skill-based matchmaking, the inconsistencies in connection, and by the way, Xbox users and me also having the game on both systems, I definitely feel your pain. It has gotten so bad as of right now that I'm not even playing on Xbox as of right now anymore. I still have the game on Xbox in hopes and prayers that maybe it'll fix after, like, I don't know, 6 months or whatnot, if that. That I basically took advantage of a Black Friday sale that Sony's doing with PS Plus, to where, you know, you get a whole year PS Plus subscription for like $40. I took advantage of that shit, and literally playing this game is like night and day when it comes to consistencies. And the biggest problem is the frame rate drops and it fucks with everything. Literally, it's such a bad experience for me personally on Xbox. I know some of you guys that have like the Xbox One X have a much different experience, but I played on the original Xbox. Maybe that could be partially the reason why. I'm not sure, but it's just not good. And right now I'm on PS4 Slim. I'm absolutely having a blast with Black Ops 4, at least for the most part. You know, obviously there's bullshit. I mean, I just try to basically get on, play the game, do whatever it is that I need to do, and log off and not pay attention to the tier supply drop system or whatnot. I kind of just shake my head around it. But at the same time, it does piss me off because it affects the community. It affects our community that literally built this game and made it what it is today. And for us to basically get shafted up the ass, like this is absolutely, it's absolutely unacceptable. It's to the equal. It's even more unacceptable than the whole 20 hertz bullshit that we had to deal with. And one of the reasons why us content creators are talking about this and spreading the word, even though it is negative, see, the thing is, the first step to solving a problem is to admit that there is one. So for us making content and talking about it, we're admitting to the problem and we're spreading the word out, and we're spreading our displeasement about it, if that's even a word. We're basically our disapproval about it and saying, like, this is wrong. We gotta stand up for ourselves. That's basically what we're doing. It's like we keep on getting slapped in the face and we're standing up for ourselves. That's basically what's going on right now. Actually, in this case, we're not getting slapped in the face. We're literally getting fucked up the ass by a 12-inch dildo without any lube whatsoever or consideration of our feelings on whether we enjoy it or not. That's basically what it is. Long story short, that's basically what it is. I hate to be very graphic about it, and for those of you guys that are very sensitive to that kind of stuff, well, I'm sorry, but that's basically what it is. It's a fair comparison. We're basically getting fucked up the ass by a gold digger that decides to wear a strap-on that just basically does it because, well, because that's who she is, and that's how she likes to take advantage of us, because that's what she thinks we like, and she thinks that we're going to submit to that shit. And let me tell you something, no matter how good, even if this game was good, okay, and even if everything was good, there has to be a reason to keep people coming back to playing. That's the tricky part as well, and this is definitely not the way it. Because the thing is, back when Call of Duty was in its prime, people kept on coming back to play the game. Like I mentioned earlier in the commentary, people wouldn't just play for 3 or 4 months. They would play for a majority of the year, if not the whole year, and even beyond, depending on how good that iteration of Call of Duty was, right? So the thing is, what I'm trying to tell you is, even if something is super good, there is still a chance that after a while, for whatever reason, a multitude of reasons even, that you are going to stop playing it, whether it's temporarily or whether it's stop playing it for good or whatever. And the big thing that I was wondering that you guys could touch up on, give me some feedback on as well, is if all of a sudden you decide to say fuck Call of Duty for whatever reason, or a multitude of reasons, what game would you play, or what would you do? I mean, because there's some people that just play Call of Duty. There's some people that are content creators that just play Call of Duty. Some of them absolutely love it. Absolutely, and they stick with it and they just ignore the bullshit and they just play for their reasons of playing the game. And some of them absolutely hate it, but they still play it anyway because it's a way for them to make a living. And in my opinion, I am not going to, I actually empathize with that. I know that you gotta love what you do. You gotta try to love what you do and everything, but the thing is, even if you're on YouTube or content creation and it's your job, the thing is this, it's like you are not going to basically make a living, and you're gonna struggle if you don't at least provide content for that sort of game or whatnot, because that's what you're known for, that's what your channel's based off of, and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of have no choice, and it's a living. So I understand that it's basically no different than continuing to work for the job that you absolutely hate, but financially it does what it's supposed to do for you, so you stick with it. It's one of those things. So I can't really call anybody a sellout for sticking with a game even though they don't enjoy playing it, because that's how they make a living. I can't do that, because I understand their place, even though I don't make a damn dime making off of this, but I am mature enough and old enough to know that, hey, I understand why you're still sticking with this. So so the thing is this, if you had to stop playing, what would you play? And it doesn't matter whether you're a content creator or not. If it's a little bit more difficult if you're a content creator. Like, if you guys remember, back in Infinite Warfare, Drifter lost 90% of his annual income for the year that Infinite Warfare, because he didn't like that game and he decided not to post content on it. And he lost 90% of his annual income for that year. That's a lot of freaking money. I don't know how much it is, nor do I really care. If it's a lot, then God bless him. I certainly hope he doesn't have to go through that ever again. But no matter what it is, no matter how much money you're making, if you're going to lose 90% of what you make during the year, that is absolutely terrible. No matter what, whether you're rich or poor, that is absolutely terrible. And for the fact that he sacrificed doing that, I guarantee you it was just as hard as it was easy for him. It was easy in a sense that he didn't have to play Infinite Warfare, but at the same time it was hard because financially it was a blow. It was a huge hit for him. So whether you're a content creator that makes money or not, I mean, there's just so many different combinations of ways to look at it. So The thing is, for whatever reason, if you had to stop playing Call of Duty because you're one of those people that just plays this kind of game, what different game would you play? Would you like just stop gaming in general and just do something else, or what would it be? What game? What would you do? For me personally, I've touched up on this before, and that is I would simply put transition into PC gaming in the future when I can afford one. Transition into PC gaming. I'd play fast-paced first-person shooters like Quake or Unreal Tournament or Iron Sights, which is rumored to come around on console. So I hope that is the case, because I would really like to give that a shot. There's even a game that I'm playing right now that I played before Black Ops 4 came out for a little bit that continuously gets updated too, by the way. Every single time I log into PSN, I see it. It's called Warface, and it's a free-to-play first-person shooter. Anybody can play it. But the thing that I like about it, even though it's unstable, I don't know, I haven't played it since this game came out, and there's been updates, so I don't know if it's more stable now or whatever the deal is. But there's constant new weapons, constant new game modes, there's constant like camos and stuff. I mean, you name it, attachments, there's constant stuff to unlock, and the grind is awesome in that sense. So it's basically all about the grind, as opposed to, ooh, I care how well I play and all that kind of stuff. It's basically, it kind of, to a sense, takes you back to the roots of why you play these kind of games in the first place. Before we even got good at playing Call of Duty, it's like we didn't care. We just wanted to unlock camos and see if we could play better the next game. It was just that addictive feeling of getting back into it and playing it, and it was good, and it was where it was at back in the time. But right now, we're getting used to it. So no matter how good something is, or no matter whatever the deal is, I mean, sooner or later, you can get bored off of it. Like going back to comparing it to a beautiful piece of ass, I'm telling you, if that's all your relationship is based off of, sooner or later, you're going to get bored with it, and it's not going to end well. So, so yeah, at this point right now, that's basically what I feel, and that's the route that I would take. But as of right now, I'm still hanging in there. But where are you guys at? What would you guys play? Granted, you decide to say fuck it. What are your opinions about all this Treyarch shit and all that? Let me know down in the comment section. And the feedback has been absolutely awesome over the last few videos. Thank you very much. And that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. And if you did, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. I'm looking forward to your feedback. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.